Republicans this week, they're celebrating their rising stars, the next generation of young candidates, all in the shadow of the man in charge of the party. Donald Trump has shaken up the GOP and some say redefined what it means to be a Republican in this country in 2020. And in characteristic fashion, keeping the door open to the political fringe. Here's Devin Dwyer.
This week, the Grand Old Party is showcasing its top young talent.
This is personal for me. I am the proud daughter of Indian immigrants.
A parade of Republicans embracing Donald Trump and Trumpism as the party's future.
We must win this election if we cherish our country as much as we should.
President Trump, once a political outsider and former Democrat, is now firmly in control of the GOP and inspiring a new generation of candidates to join him in disrupting D.C.
They see Donald Trump as walking in there and, breaking some china and shaking things up in a way that will really serve the future of this country.
One of those newcomers, 24-year-old Madison Cawthorn of North Carolina, would become the youngest member of Congress from either party. He defeated the Trump-backed candidate in the primary, but is already winning praise from the president.
He defined our victory as beautiful, and I'll tell you, he was just he was as gracious as he could have been. He's invited me up to the White House, so I'm really looking forward to get to go see him in the Oval.
Other young Republican candidates touting their Trump ties, too, like 32-year-old Jake LaTurner of eastern Kansas, one of the country's most competitive House races.
What we need are grown-ups to go to Washington, D.C., stand firm on principle, and at the end of the day, get something done.
Do you think compromise is a good thing? Do you think it's a dirty word?
I have strong core convictions that I'm willing to stand up and defend. Now, that doesn't mean that you get to take your ball and go home when someone disagrees with you on something. You want to do everything you can to move the ball down the field.
LaTurner is a father of four, raised in rural Kansas by a single dad who worked at the local Sonic drive-in restaurant to pay for college and become a teacher. His family, he says, reflects Republican ideals.
I think the Republicans need to do a better job of selling our message. It's very attractive. Individual freedom, personal responsibility.
Do you think right now that loyalty to Trump is sort of a prerequisite to be a Republican, or how do you thread that needle?
This is a party that trusts individuals to believe what they believe. This isn't the party of cancel culture like the Democrats are. You're able to have unique opinions in the Republican Party.
But those unique opinions don't always sit well with President Trump, who's branded Republicans that disagree with him as Republicans in name only, or rhinos.
And a couple of rhinos, frankly, they're rhinos.
Trump attacking former Republican presidential nominee Senator Mitt Romney, former GOP House Speaker Paul Ryan, and popular Maryland Republican Governor Larry Hogan, among others.
The president often talks about how he, gets a lot of ratings. But at the end of the day, people want problems solved, not ratings or personal, popularity. And that's why some of our Republican governors are the most popular people, whether or not they are loyal to this president.
For many Republicans sharing the ballot with Trump this fall, striking a balance is key.
I've always been an independent thinker. And even when I have spoken out, I'm often speaking out against members of my own party.
Nancy Mace, a former Trump campaign staffer, is one of a record 98 Republican women running for the U.S. House. The single mother of two and small business owner is the first woman to graduate from the Citadel. Now she hopes to make history as the first Republican woman to represent South Carolina in Congress.
There are a lot of moms out there just like me, a lot of single moms too, that we've got to balance our checkbooks, we've got to educate our kids, and these are very trying times. And if they're anything like me, they just raised their hand and said, I'm sick and tired of this, and I want to make a difference, and I want to make a change.
To win back the House, Republicans need to win seats like hers, swing districts held by Democrats where feelings about the president are mixed. With 9 in 10 Republican voters still strongly supportive of the president, loyalty to him and how he defines republicanism cannot be ignored.
The Republican Party continues to push forward different ideas, continues to foster debate, and young Republicans are rallying around Donald Trump this year.
Meanwhile, Trump is showing openness to the political fringe, from birtherism and white supremacy to the online conspiracy theory QAnon. The baseless theory believes a satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals has infiltrated the government.
In their mind, the president was elected to get rid of this cabal that's controlling the rest of us. And that's why apparently they're so supportive of him.
The FBI says QAnon could pose a domestic terrorist threat, and some of its followers have been charged with murder, planned kidnapping, and domestic terror. But the president and some Republican candidates have welcomed their support.
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much, which I appreciate.
At least 3 GOP congressional candidates have openly embraced QAnon. Jo Ray Perkins of Oregon, Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, and Lauren Boebert of Colorado. If elected, they'd be the first to give it a foothold in U.S. government.
You can't corroborate any of it, but you have to listen to it only because there are millions of people that do listen to it. They have issues with the government. Some of those folks may take it into their own hands.
Q is not one person, okay? Q is a bunch of people. They're on the inside. They're the good guys.
Do you think the party has to more forcefully disavow conspiracy theorists like QAnon?
Oh, definitely. And I don't think they're going to be the future of any party that wants to be in the majority. And that's why I will look forward to ridding the party of those problem children.
Nancy Mace and Jake LaTurner say the party's focus must be on solutions for the future.
I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist and I'm pragmatic.
I think young people want the truth. I think they want substance.
And for now, many can't get enough of Donald Trump, in full control of his party and influencing Republican leaders of the future, no matter what happens in November. For ABC News Live, I'm Devin Dwyer in Washington.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.